Hello, and thank you for taking a couple minutes out of your time today to watch my presentation on my personal educational journey. This presentation is based on my personal views on how do I personally learn, how can other people better learn through me, and how can I better retain knowledge through information that I study. Throughout this presentation, I hope that my ideas can better help you. So to start off, this is just a fun little caption on different resources that you can go to for educational help. Finding help in education is important because we all need it, and it is our responsibility to take advantage of the different resources that are out there and that are available to every single one of us. These are just a bunch of different resources that you can go to for help. So at the top of this caption it says life is like a camera. I changed this to say education is like a camera. We focus and we study on what's important, and then we develop from the negatives. And if things don't turn out, we take another shot, or we come at things from a different perspective. I personally learn best through trial and error, and I defined that as probably the hardest way to learn, but for me it is the most effective. I like to go out, I like to try different things, and if things don't work out for me, I like to try things from a different angle. That's just how I learn best, and in the process of trial and error, our failed attempts are meant to destroy our arrogance and promote humility. I know I am a stubborn person, and trial and error humbles me, because when I'm wrong, it humbles me to take a different perspective or to listen to someone else's advice and go for a different angle. And as we learn from our failed attempts and our positive attempts, may we just let them better shape us into a better person, either they be positive or negative. So I found a quote by Confucius that best answers my next question, and he says, "Only through education does one come to be dissatisfied with his own knowledge, and only through teaching others does one come to realize the uncomfortable inadequacies of his knowledge. Being dissatisfied with his own knowledge, one then realizes the trouble lies with himself, and realizing the uncomfortable inadequacy of his knowledge, one then feels stimulated to improve himself. Therefore, it is said, the process of teaching and learning stimulate one another." That last line is the most important line, I feel, out of the entire quote. The process of teaching and learning stimulate one another. And from this, I developed my own thoughts that the best way to truly understand something is try to teaching it. And by teaching something and by realizing where you fall short, it will become evident. The areas where you fall short will become evident to you, and you can use your strengths to build upon your weaknesses, and you can build in those areas to where you can better and more effectively teach other people because you are solid in your own personal knowledge. And finally, I found a list of 10 different study habits that you can use and adapt to better help you retain knowledge that you study, and the link for this website I have posted at the bottom of the page. But all these 10 different study habits I have found most effective, especially since this last week it is finals week. I have been studying like crazy, and as I put together this presentation, I've adapted these different theories, and I have found them to be effective, and they have helped me tremendously. Finally, these are just 3 last little study habits that I found on that same website, but the one that I found to be my personal favorite is the strength and maintenance one, where it says to I mapped out my class schedule. I prioritize things, the areas that I am weak in, I scheduled more time in, and as I better managed my time and prioritized my assignments and just mapped out everything to where I could visually see it, it helped me tremendously. And I know that as we do a self-reflection and think about things that we need to work on, that you will grow from it, and as you use your strengths to build upon your weaknesses, you can become a better learner. Thank you for watching today.